Straight ahead on TCU News Now.
The Frogs shifted positions in the college football playoff rankings. Do they still remain in the all-important top four?
The new Flex 7 meal plan was supposed to save students money, but a TCU 360 investigation found out it will actually cost you more. And it's tough enough to book your wedding at Robert Carr Chapel. Now it's about to get even harder, at least for a while.
Hello and welcome to TCU News Now. I'm Brad Hardcastle.
And I'm Hannah Coons. Students who think they'll save some cash by switching to a new meal plan could actually end up losing as much as $500. Richard Escobedo is in the newsroom with the story.
Thanks, Hannah. The new Flex 7 meal plan is supposed to appeal to students who don't visit Market Square often. In exchange for fewer meal swipes there, the plan comes with more Frog Bucks and campus cash. But we've learned that increase does not come close to the amount of money lost in meal swipes. Flex 7 users are set to receive $425 in campus cash and $150 in Frog Bucks. That's compared to $250 and $125 respectively on the Flex 12. But Flex 7 only gives students $200 more in campus cash and Frog Bucks. So that means students actually lose $582 by switching to the new plan. As is, the Flex 7 meal plan would not cover students' meal costs for the semester. Each meal outside of Market Square would have to cost less than $5 for that to be the case. Housing and Residence Life Director Craig Allen said his department could address the issue by adding more campus cash and Frog Bucks or lowering the plan's price altogether. But he did not say when, if at all, the change would take place. Reporting in the newsroom, I'm Richard Escobedo. Back to you, Brad, at the desk.
Thanks, Richard. Well, a group of business students are helping Tarrant County Food Bank stock up before Thanksgiving. Neely Cans Hunger hopes to collect 1,000 cans from students, alumni, faculty, staff so far. 2 of the 3 groups have already reached the project's 1,000 can goal. Boxes for donations will remain in Tandy and Smith Hall until Friday.
And this originally started, we really wanted to partner the BNSF Next Generation Leadership Program with the Neely School of Business, and so we thought what better way to do it than right before Thanksgiving holiday with a canned food drive.
The Living Water International wraps up their 10-day fundraiser today. During the campaign, the group encouraged students to drink only water to raise funds for a well in a Rwandan community. The nonprofit organization partnered with Provost Noel Donovan and was able to provide 200 water bottles to the campaign. The group's fundraising goal for this year is $5,000. All money raised goes towards building a clean water well in Ruhango, Rwanda. International Education Week is underway. The Study Abroad and International Studies programs are partnering together to sponsor the week-long series of events. This week will include movie screenings, a photo contest, panel presentations, passport services, and more. John Singleton, director of the International Student Services, said the week is meant to be a showcase of the international programming at TCU.
A TCU class is getting a hands-on learning experience in the Fort Worth community.
Julia Zaninovich has the story.
A TCU class is learning with the help of some local elementary school students. Students in the Honors Empathy class are working with the Como community this semester to explore the nature of empathy. The class is divided into 4 groups: fundraising, college prep, a book drive, and special events. As part of the special events programming, TCU students brought musical activities to Como. They listened to TCU band members, made their own shakers, and played musical chairs.
I like to play for music. I like to play for music and play for songs and stuff.
Lee Shackelford says she has noticed a change in the students since they began working with them at the start of the semester.
I would say I've seen improvement in the kids, if nothing else, in their confidence.
The class also talked to Como students and graduates about college opportunities.
They need an opportunity to see college and experience it firsthand so they understand that it's a real option for them and it's not something that's too far out of their reach.
The empathy class will continue to work with Como until the end of the semester through a book drive. To raise books, the class is creating a book donation competition between departments at TCU.
I love you, TCU. Hope you come back next time.
I'm Julia Zaninovich, TCU News Now.
The class has just began the book drive and has collected over 200 books. Student Government Association is replenishing school supplies in the library. SGA agreed to spend about $200 on supplies and $200 on marketing to boost awareness for the program. Supplies purchased include index cards, highlighters, pens, batteries, and rulers. SGA will include supplies for the budget for the future.
Robert Carr Chapel has hosted weddings for 60 years, but it will close its doors this winter for renovations. Couples interested in booking the chapel for their special day may need to make their reservations sooner than they think.
If you want a summertime Saturday night spot, that's kind of our prime time spot, you probably need to book about a year and a half out.
The College Football Playoff Selection Committee bounced TCU out of the top 4 after number 5 Alabama beat number 1 Mississippi State, while TCU edged Kansas 34-30. The Frogs are only 1 spot out of the playoffs at number 5. They're followed by number 6 Ohio State and number 7 Baylor. The Horned Frogs are off this weekend but are set to take on the Longhorns in Austin on Thanksgiving Day.
After the break, learn how drag queens raised money for an organization on campus.
We take a look at an event that brought together a fortune teller and Bollywood dancers. And watch the TCU Yoga Club pull Downward Dog on the water.
It's a new chapter for TCU. Some call it a Cinderella story, others the little school that could. But Horned Frogs know it's a legacy of hard work, dedication, and commitment. All this didn't happen overnight, but over time and on the shoulders of giants. We are here because of an expectation of excellence in everything. But this isn't our happily ever after. This is just the beginning.
The TCU Police Department is looking for 2 burglary suspects. TCU Chief of Police Steve McGee said the burglaries took place early Wednesday evening in academic buildings. The burglaries were reported in the Sid Richardson, Dan Rogers, and Bass buildings. McGee said computer equipment and other items were stolen. TCU police received a report that the man in the red sweatshirt had been seen in a building on the central part of campus earlier in the week with tattoos on his arm. McGee said they are looking through surveillance videos to continue their investigation. If you have any information, contact Sergeant Kelly Ham at 817-257-6637. Director of Strategic Communications Lisa Albert finished her 9-year career at TCU on Friday. She wrote on her Facebook wall that she will now work for Justin Brands Incorporated. Albert oversaw university media relations and acted as a spokesperson for both TCU administration and athletics.
Despite this week's frosty weather, workers are busy putting the finishing touches on Chancellor Boschini's new home. The $2.4 million home sits just blocks from campus in the University West neighborhood. The house was purchased with donor funding. Board of Trustees Chairman Clarence Scarborough says the new house will allow TCU to host events on a more personal level. The LGBT community hosted a drag show called A Night in Wonderland.
Evan Folan was there to report.
Have fun, enjoy yourself, and welcome to the rabbit hole. Tonight was a night for us to relax, to have fun, to enjoy each other. It was a night where we could really show our voice as LGBT students and allies. And allies mean people who support the LGBT community. And tonight was a night where we expressed that. We showed people that we're here, that LGBTIA students are here on this campus, and we have a voice, and that we all bleed purple, no matter what. Even though we're part of the rainbow, we still bleed purple. The drag show was featuring 6 performers, all drag queens and kings, and they rocked the house. Tonight benefited Youth First Texas, which is an LGBT homeless shelter, an organization that houses LGBT teens, and all the donations went to that.
It's very important to have organizations like this when youth don't know where to go, they don't know what to do, they've been kicked out of their homes, stuff like that. They need somewhere to go to feel secure and safe, and so that's why Youth First is so important.
And it's just an amazing opportunity to be here and to share this space with our students, our student organizations, our student body.
I think that the LGBT community should have a bigger voice here than they do. I think this is a really great way to promote it and just get people, interested and involved.
I just think it's really important to have everyone equal, especially on campus, and just to be accepting of everyone, which I think that showed tonight that we're a very accepting campus.
I agree with exactly everything she said.
One thing I always say is to the LGBT community, keep your head up, do not look down, do not have anybody to destroy your dreams. No matter what, if you always know what you want to do in life, go head first with it. If somebody tell you no, you can't be an astronaut, tell them, forget you, I can do whatever I want.
The event was only expecting about 80 students in attendance. However, about 200 showed up. It was estimated that they raised close to $200. Students for Asian Indian Cultural Awareness hosted the 6th annual Mela Carnival on November 7th. The carnival included dancing, crafts, cultural cuisine, henna tattoos, and a fortune teller. The activities allowed students to learn a little bit more about a culture.
What I like the most about this is, I think the dance. I thought it was very coordinated.
The fortune teller, who is an actual fortune teller, I find it really interesting.
We have a photo booth. You can dress up in like Indian attire. So I think that's my favorite part, just seeing everyone like enjoy doing different stuff.
The Office of Religious and Spiritual Life hosted an event last week that made students think about their beliefs a little more closely.
The program is called This I Believe. Students wrote on their beliefs on a chalkboard and got their photos taken at a booth in front of the library.
Share the joy that beliefs matter. I love it. It's a program we do where we have people write stories about what they believe and why, and talk about how beliefs help guide us as leaders and people and all kinds of things.
That's cool. I'll do one for you. I don't know what to
write. It could be anything. We've had love, equality, mittens, hugs, warmth. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Perfect. TCU football. Woohoo! 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I love it.
I believe in sharing smiles, especially with strangers, because I think it's like one of the best things that you can give to someone that is absolutely free.
This I Believe also has a blog that invites students and faculty to write about their beliefs and explore new ideas. Visit believe.tcu.edu for more details. The 3rd annual Wellness Gold Cooking Challenge kicks off today at the DJ Kelly Alumni Visitor Center. The Iron Chef style competition has a Caribbean theme this year. 4 3-person teams will have 30 minutes to prepare a dish to be judged. Chancellor Boschini will serve as the master of the ceremony. The competition is meant to highlight the importance of health and wellness.
If you think getting up on a surfboard is hard, you've probably never tried paddleboard yoga. Hayes Clement has the story.
A TCU club is trying a new type of exercise. Stand-up yoga paddleboarding combines traditional yoga stretches with the challenge of balancing on a surfboard.
You're balancing on a board on top of the water, so it requires a whole different set of muscles.
The event Wednesday night was a collaborative effort between the TCU Yoga Club and local company DFW Surf.
People are really interested in trying it. A lot of the times they're too afraid to try it in the lake, so bringing it into the pool environment like this and sharing it with you guys is really awesome.
In the off season, we're moving indoors, and Jen Bodner is great. We team up with her and all the Lifetime Fitnesses in the area. We also are planning on introducing it to more pools.
This is the first time the TCU Yoga Club has hosted a paddleboarding event, and it proved to be a lot more difficult than it looked.
It challenged me a lot. Very different kind of balancing. Fell in a couple of times, but it was still fun and I enjoyed it. So.
The exercise proved difficult even for the TCU Yoga Club president.
Usually when we do yoga, we kind of just fit ourselves into a position that's comfortable for us. When we're on a paddleboard, we have to be able to use the muscles that that position is made for more, and I feel like you just feel it more, and it's just a lot harder.
Jen Bodner couldn't have said it better, calling the exercise a humbling experience. Even this reporter stumbled a time or two. I'm Hayes Clement, TCU News Now.
Marshall says the yoga club hopes to host more events like stand-up paddleboarding yoga in the future. And that's all we have for you this week on TCU News Now.
Thanks for joining us. Have a great week.